Hey, what's up, fellas? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're looking at Josh Donaldson. I was watching a sports science show where Donaldson was on there, and they were talking about different aspects of his swing. And right here, they're talking about the timing of using his leg kick. They talk about how he lifts his leg, or his foot 19 inches off the ground, and he's talking about basically how he has to time that up with the pitcher. When I go around and watch players hit and coaches coach, there's a lot of coaches that are afraid of players lifting their leg up and having too big of a leg kick because they think the timing aspect is going to be too difficult and they're going to be late getting their foot down. And I get asked all the time about, how do you time up the pitcher? And we've talked about it in the past, the importance of watching the pitcher and timing him up on the on-deck circle and figuring out, how you're going to basically sync your movements up with his. And the thing I want to talk about here, it's a really good view of kind of when he gets his foot up and when he gets his foot down. For me, when it comes to timing, what you really want to think about if you're somebody that, has a little bit of a leg kick or any type of stride, the question is going to be, when do I get my foot up off the ground? Okay? So that's what you're trying to figure out on the on-deck circle. And then obviously when you get in the box, hopefully you have that figured out, but I'm still trying to figure out, okay, I've got to get in sync with him. I'm trying to dance with the pitcher. So when do I have to get this foot up? For Donaldson, you see right here, he gets his foot up off the ground. Basically, pitcher breaks his hands. Here comes the arm swing is coming up. And he's getting his foot off the ground as the arm is getting pretty much up towards the top of his arm circle. Okay, so he gets his foot up. And he gets his foot down. And the interesting thing is, if you watch most major league hitters, they're going to get their foot down basically when the ball is about halfway to the plate. Okay, that's most guys. The interesting thing also is when you watch younger players are taught to get their foot down so much earlier. I see a lot of young players that are taught to get their foot down before the pitcher even releases the ball. And the issue with this, for most guys, is they get their foot down so early that their momentum stops and everything stops. And now I have to restart myself. And again, for most players, it kind of disrupts the sequence of the swing. And so I'm not saying that every player should have a leg kick. But what I'm saying is be careful of trying to get players to get their foot down so early that you basically interrupt all the rhythm and the timing and the ability to sequence their body up. I like giving players the freedom to stride however they want to stride. And I believe that if you, let players be athletic and let them stride and let them move a little bit, that they're going to be able to time the ball up just as well as a guy that just puts his foot down super early. And the swing is going to work together much better when you give a player the ability to do, again, not a big leg kick. They can have a leg kick is fine, but some type of stride where they're moving and their foot's going to get off the ground a little bit, for me, is perfectly okay. And again, if you're going to do it, think about, okay, when do I have to get my foot off the ground? Right? Not so much when do I have to get my foot down. Everyone talks about get your foot down, get your foot down, get your foot down. Well, let's just say I am late. Well, then in my mind, it's not so much, okay, I got to get my foot down earlier. It's, okay, I have to get my foot up in the air earlier. So if I'm usually getting my foot up in the air here, but I'm late, well, then I've got to get my foot up in the air here. I've got to get it up earlier. And that's the work you're doing on the on-deck circle. Figure out, okay, when do I get my foot up so that I can get it down when I need to get it down to be able to hit. So, hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment section below. I'll help you guys out as much as I can. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Share the video with all your friends. I'd really appreciate that. Check out our Instagram, Antonelli Baseball, and our Twitter feed, MattAntonelli9. We're posting videos all the time for you guys. And that's all I got. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later.